Yo, it's your boy Passport Rev, checking in from Japan. It's now 7 a.m. out here. Uh, it's my last, it's my last 2 days out here, man. I don't know how I feel right now. I don't know. Definitely got homesick. Being in a new country by yourself, and it's crazy because I'm really not by myself. I'm not ever truly by myself because of hip hop. The beauty of hip hop. Shout out to Now. Sis Now really held me down out here. I mean, for those that don't know, I basically said a few months ago, I'm not spending my birthday in Brooklyn. I told myself I'm going somewhere. And it was up in the air between Switzerland to go work on an album. That wasn't looking too promising. So I said, I'm going. I'm using a week of my PTO early in January for the 2026. Really like a trip that was planned in a few months. Now held it down for sure. The show is amazing. Really happy I sold merch and made some of this bread back. You know what I mean? Met some amazing, supportive people, producers, music heads out here, man. Shout out to Black Mood, Teru. Teru-san, very dope individual, great heart. Um, He introduced me to Cabo, the owner of Taco Bar out here by Shibuya Station. Make sure you check out Taco Bar by Shibuya Station. Amazing spot. Great people, great energy. They got me nice and twisted on my birthday. So really appreciate the love they were showing me. Musically, an amazing place to be. Can't even hold you. If I would have stayed longer, it would have just been more shows, and more opportunities. Uh, and it's incredible, man, to see how much like they were playing all of my people's music from back home, like surprising me with stuff that they were playing. And I'm like, wow, it's really love and support out here for the sound. Musically, yeah, no, I would have just got more shows if I would have stayed for like a month or something. And I see myself thriving out here. Shouts to Mike Larry. Mike Larry definitely made my trip better. Uh, One, definitely because he's from New York. It's crazy. He knows like all of my day one bros from Jersey because of this rap shit. But he definitely made my trip better because of there being no language barrier. We're around the same age. We know a lot of the same people. Um, so getting to kick it with him, we shot a dope video last night. That definitely made the trip better. And yeah, I could see myself really thriving out here with the music. So I'm glad I chose this place to pull up for the 26th, 2026. I think sometimes I'm like, oh, South Africa, could I have gone back there? I only went once. Definitely got plugged out there. Just real quick, I do on a dating scale, on a party scene scale, I definitely was vibing more in South Africa. But on a music scale, there's no comparison. Um, Hip hop is alive and well in Tokyo, and it was definitely great for my career slash just musical inspirations to be in Tokyo. As far as the music, again, yeah, I didn't even get to dig yet. I don't even know. Maybe I'll have time. Yeah, I should probably do shopping tomorrow for my last official day, traveling in between locations. I'm gonna go with all the good first. First of all, we're gonna go with all the good. All countries has its positives and negatives. Any country you pick, it is what it is, right? So musically, amazing spot, great support. We shot a video last night, and honestly, it's like I understand. It's the excitement of a foreigner, black man in your country, dope hip hop person. So I got a lot of people that came out to the video. Definitely more people that came out to the video than I would have had in New York. For sure, for sure. Running around the city, opening up the bar for me, to shoot in homie's bar, Koba. Again, shout out to Koba and Black Mood for really rolling out the red carpet for your boy. So for sure, I can see myself thriving out here. Shout out to Chelsea Reject. The spirit of Chelsea lives on. I remember when she was out here and she was saying how much she loved it and that she was ready to like sink in out here and really really get it popping out here before she passed. And I was talking to her, I was back and forth with her when she was out here, just getting the scoop. Definitely a place to thrive for your music. So what's next? What's next? The food. We're gonna go food, transportation, and dating. And food, transportation, dating, and then I'm gonna get up out of here, get this day going. Food, amazing. I mean, anywhere outside of America, you're gonna get better quality. You're gonna live longer, honestly. You know, I don't know. I don't know what my future holds or how much longer I can see myself dealing with the American BS. But I feel like I lost 5 pounds already out here. I had McDonald's yesterday. Amazing, amazing. It tasted like the way it should taste. No GMOs, none of the crap in there like in America. It just tastes extra fresh. KFC is still on the list. I definitely want to try that out before I leave because I heard that. I mean, the quality, you have to serve quality, you know. They are very prideful out here. They take big pride in their country. And you got to get with it. When you're out here, you just got to get with it and respect for sure. Because they have a lot of pride and self-respect out here. So that shows in the quality of food, whatever meal you get. They even have a Denny's out here. Expensive, wasn't worth it. It was different though, definitely different. Throwback to college days going to Denny's. But they don't have breakfast food. I found that interesting. Like they literally eat the same meals every day. Hot pot, soup, ramen, it's like, yeah, they don't do breakfast. I will say, I will say as far as fruit, I ain't gonna hold you. It's expensive out here and I don't see it. I do not see a lot of fruit. But the fruit's more expensive than the meals out here, so that would be, I think about things like, would this be some place I live? That would definitely hurt, like the lack of fruit, because I'm a fruit fiend, pause. Like, I love my fruit. My fruit's my candy. I feel like that is my palate cleanser. Everybody who knows me knows I love grapes, and I did not see any grapes out here. Maybe it's not the season, and then I think I did see it in one little shopping area, and it was expensive. It was like more expensive than New York. So that was definitely an eye-opening thing. But the food overall, amazing food, amazing. I mean, last night, honestly, so where I'm staying by Omori Station, there was one spot that was pretty commercialized. I couldn't even tell you the name of it. And language barrier has to be one. What did I say? Food, traveling, women, and language barrier. All right. So the area I'm in, you definitely need to know the language, and I don't even remember the name of the spot because it's all written in kanji. And one side of the street, the spot was pretty commercialized. They were very uppity and like soon as you walking in, konnichiwa, arigatou, and they're just very excited and selling you the customer service or whatever. And when I went to the spot across the street, I wouldn't have tried it honestly. If it wasn't for homie, me and Mike Larry and I pulled back up after the video shoot. Honestly, that shit was better than the other spot. I couldn't even believe it. I couldn't even believe it. It was like even better. I'm like, man, honestly, I feel like the food just keep getting better and better because I'm picking better, exploring more, trying different places. And when I tell you unlimited options, I mean every nook and cranny of this place has food, and they do not suffer from obesity the way I see us doing in the U.S. I know their ingredients are different, and yeah, the food is a different life out here. Food amazing. I had Vietnamese. I had McDonald's. I had a hot pot. Um, I'm definitely trying to do some Kobe steak before I leave, but everything I had just better quality for sure. Better quality. Uh, Traveling, moving around. So being a New Yorker gives me an advantage. It's like once you know how to maneuver in New York, you'll understand everything. It's just train systems, um, uh, and I believe it's like different lines. So there's like the JR system, which has its own. So the JR is like their metro, their main metro, JY line, JK. Uh, so like in New York, we have the ACE line, the L train, the G train. It's the same thing for their JR system. It's written in kanji though. You, this is, I will say, as I'm speaking on traveling, as a ignorant American being in Japan for the first time, I definitely thought it was going to be a bit more Americanized. I don't know why. You definitely need to know the language and have a good service out here to maneuver. You're gonna get lost. Um, and I say that, but I mean, you're gonna get lost regardless. But at least there is translation, so they'll show you the stops in kanji, followed by English. Here's my tips. First of all, don't listen to any advertisements. You can do everything as far as like translating apps. If you have an iPhone, the picture will translate kanji. If you just open up the camera, don't buy no stupid apps. As far as maneuvering, even as far as the cards and whatnot, you don't need to. All you need to do is go into your phone, go into settings, go into your wallet, hit add card, add travel card or something like that. As soon as you get to the airport, you got to figure this out. Add travel card, and it's called a Suica card. It looks like Susia, and I don't even. It might be spelled that way. And right in your phone, you can use Apple Pay. Add money to the card. 1,000 yen will get you around for a few days. Um, and you can do it right on your phone. And basically, when you double tap, you bring up that card, you need to tap that card and scan your way through. It's the amount that you need to scan it when you go through and scan it when you exit, because that's how it determines how it's going to charge you based on how far you're moving around in the city. And yeah, so make sure you got that set up. I paid for my international plan. For T-Mobile, it was 35, and T-Mobile worked pretty good out here for the most part. A couple times my service was acting up, but T-Mobile worked. A little extra 35 was dope. My tips for traveling: look at the colors. The colors help for sure. I was off this blue line, which is funny. I'm off the blue line back home. Kyohin line. And basically every line is the Japanese name followed by letters, which identifies it as well. So it's like JK line, and then there's numbers for each location of whatever line you're on. So JK20 down to JK1 or whatever, and each thing is a stop. So at least, and now it's telling me like, that's for the foreigners, you know what I mean? Because that's really, a couple times that was really the only way I would have known where I was going was by looking at the numbers and looking at the letters and just following patterns. So look at the numbers and letters, use that as your point of reference for maneuvering around the city because it definitely can get confusing. Make sure your Google Maps work. Google Maps is definitely probably the best way to look up trains. Look at the platform. So Google will tell you the platform you need to be on, follow with along with the line, which is the letters and the numbers. Definitely make sure you're on the right platform. Make sure you're on the right train. I got lost going to Mike Larry's studio the other day. Ended up going to a whole different train system, the Renai line, I think it's called, and that's basically like their Amtrak, I feel like. So look at the numbers and letters, look at the colors, and look at the platform you're supposed to be on. Add money to your travel wallet. You'll be good to go. I have not paid for one Uber. I heard they're expensive, and I wasn't trying to spend that bread. To be real with you, I'll let this dollar stretch. I think I took out $300 before I left the States, and $300 last week, and I still ain't spent all of it. It's cheaper out here, but it's not like dirt cheap. It's not like it's still bread, but uh, the dollar definitely stretches, especially right now in the current economy. The dollar stretches nice, and the meals are averaging $1 is 150 yen right now, and the meals are averaging $10. Whereas in New York it would have been 16 to $20. So you're saving a bit there for good quality. Also, all sorts of flavors. Man, I was in this market and I had stopped at this Vietnamese spot. It's like being in Asia is really cool. You definitely get the source of like I was at this Vietnamese spot and it's like I was in Vietnam. It felt like, what I mean, this trip had like all the different cultures. Another thing with travel, I ain't gonna hold you, especially, I mean, they say you need to stay here for a month when you visit. I don't know if I could ever stay somewhere for a month. The longest I did was South Africa for 2 weeks. Maybe I could have did 2 weeks. Honestly, that would have made my trip cooler. I'd have been in a link with more people. Um, it feels short. Yeah, definitely does. But it also feels very lonely sometimes. It's a lonely place. I mean, it's a great city to be lonely, but if you, I guess I should go into language barrier next. If you don't speak the language, you're not going to really thrive out here. Not with women, making friends. If I wasn't in the music scene, I wouldn't have made friends like that. But being that I had a show and it was a dope night, I met somebody from the UK. I met somebody from Toronto. Really dope dude from Toronto, Rob. Shout out to him. He's doing amazing things, inspiring, living his life, touring, all that stuff. But if you don't speak the language, it's gonna be hard. It's not easy out here to just maneuver. The average person, at least where I'm staying at, they don't speak the language. I mean, they don't speak English, and I said, brushing up on my Japanese as I'm maneuvering out here, it got frustrating sometimes, because and it's honestly not a hard language to learn. I could see myself learning it in a few years, for sure. Because I definitely started picking up on stuff, certain similarities, like with Spanish. Sidebar, like donde they say doko de, which is where it, or coco is here. It coco de deska, something you'll hear a lot. Something deska, everything. Um, but yeah, I probably know. I mean, I probably went from knowing how to count to 10 and knowing a couple words to maybe now I know 15 to 20 words, maybe. But yeah, now you definitely need to know the language to really thrive out here. So with that, it's like I definitely got lonely couple nights, couple times, just trying to find traveling solo, trying to find the motivation to get out the room sometimes and then go explore. Uh, Along with the jet lag kicked my ass a couple days, and I don't know why. Like it's not. I don't know why, but this is the third time I've been in a country where we're traveling into the future, hours ahead. But yeah, this kicked my ass a couple times. Like no lies, sent me into a little dark place because the brain was not rested. The brain is all discombobulated, and then it goes into this other thing, this other place, this dormant place. But got over it. Got to link up with people, and I'm thankful that I at least have my music people out here supporting, showing up when I need them. I don't even know how to express how thankful I am. You know, besides arigato gozaimasu, and I don't even feel that describes well enough how appreciative I am because I tell you, like back home, you're not gonna get that support like that. And I get it, new face. Much love though, much love. Uh, Language barrier. Yeah, nah, the average person does not. I might have met on the real in a week a couple workers that spoke decent English. One dude in the restaurant last night, and another dude at the show. A couple people. This one dude from Peru. Oh, I almost forgot. I had some crazy Peruvian food. People from all over the world coming out here trying to find their Japanese wife. This Peruvian dude, some crazy tacos. Like I couldn't believe it. Like yeah, it was different. Sauce was different. Anyways, it was very rare to find. I mean, even Il Sugi. Like I've known Il Sugi for 15 years or something like that. Introduced to him by this other rapper I used to rock with, and I'm like, bro, we've been working together for half of 30 years, and he don't speak that. He don't even speak much English. It's like we speak hip hop. You feel me? We speak hip hop. So, and granted, they have their own foundation out here. Well, everybody don't need to learn. I mean, it's good to learn English, I guess, obviously, to play the game, but fuck that. Like, yeah, if you never learn it, fuck it. Uh, I want to learn Japanese. I just know that, like, I would have a better experience if I knew the language. At least when it comes to like Spanish, I can maneuver. Even in a Spanish country like Colombia, when I went to Colombia for my birthday, definitely like a lot of people that didn't speak any English, I knew enough Spanish to ask how much this is, to bargain, to tell somebody this is good or not so good, or give directions and stuff like that. Definitely more Spanish words than I do Japanese, but yeah, makes it a bit difficult. You definitely, if you're traveling out here, be ready to use ChatGPT. I recommend Google Translate for just words, but understand the way they say their words is not like us. So, for instance, um, we say, "Where is the train?" They say in their language, "Train what? Where is it?" So, "Eki wa doko desu ka?" Train what? Where is it? So I guess understand. So same thing with the toilet. Toire wa doko desu ka? Toilet what? Where is it? That's how we say where is the toilet. They say toilet what? Where is it? So even if you use Google Translate for certain things, it's not going to tell you the proper way to say it, and it's probably going to give you some complicated way to say it when there's simpler ways to use the language. And now is definitely should be correcting me and telling me, "Oh, that's too formal. You need to say it like this," and blah blah blah. So yeah, be prepared to deal with the language barrier when you visit. It's not Americanized. It's not as Americanized as I thought it would be, and that's fine. I ain't complaining. You know, I'm not in America. This is far from America. People out here are super kind. Um, Language barrier to dating now. So, socially, one thing I will say is they are very polite out here. They yeah, very polite. They'll stare sometimes, not as much as I thought. Not, I think people gassed it. I'm gonna go also into that. I got a perception from people that may have screwed me up a little bit with my trip here and there. The perception people gave me, oh, you're not gonna want to leave. Like, it's gonna be the most life changing experience, blah, blah, blah. Women are gonna be all over you, and people are gonna be staring and wanting to take pictures with you, and blah, blah, blah. Not the case. Nah. Only people that asked to take pictures with me made sense. They were fans, supporters, possible, hip hop fans. Nah, they got their own shit going on. I think this chapter of life in Japan. I think they are getting tired. I mean, foreigners have messed it up for people. Foreigners came out here doing dumb shit to shrines and all sorts of goofy American shit. So they messed it up for foreigners. I heard the current people in charge aren't really pro foreigners, similar to Trump, I guess, in that sense, because they have their own way of doing things, and as dumb Americans, we want to go places and change it and be arrogant. But so with that being said, I'm not mad at it, but mad people was just saying like, oh, the women gonna be all over you. You are just going to like be a god to them, blah blah. Nah, not the case. Now I don't know if it's just me. Maybe I'm not the average Japanese woman's type, but or my look is not like something they go for, but not the case. I didn't get that much attention from women, a couple looks here and there, but people in general, they didn't give a fuck. Just another black man in Japan. And I guess there are, I feel like I've heard there's some thousands of us out here. I don't know the exact number, but we're normalized. I mean, a couple looks like, oh, interesting. This person is not from here, but they're not it's not, I think maybe in China, it's more like that. I've heard it's more like that. Oh, I want to touch your hair, touch your beard, blah, blah. Ain't nobody asked to touch my beard. And it's fine. I'm not mad at it. It's just, again, it's almost like when somebody's gassing up a movie, like, yo, this movie is so good. Da, da. And I'm like, all right. When they put it all the way up here, and then I'm like, you automatically going to, somebody put something up here, it's going to automatically cause you to kind of expect something at least close to that. And if you don't get that same experience, you might be disappointed. So, I love black women, yo. I ain't gonna hold you. Black women love me. I love black women. There's not a lot of black women out here. And Asians, at least with women and dating and love life, I would like to, I'm used to getting looks or choosing signals. South Africa, I couldn't, I mean, I'm not going to say I couldn't walk around the street without being like whatever, but I definitely got catcalled in South Africa. I definitely got more attention, more curiosity, people looking at me. They know I'm an American in South Africa because I'm tall. They're not very tall out there. So, I mean, also, I guess the language, they speak English in South Africa, so I guess it was easier to talk to people, easier for people to come talk to me. Like I said, yo, I ain't meet not one Japanese woman that spoke English, honestly, so I don't see how I could, it's very hard. Now, don't get me wrong, one chick made it a little weird. She approached me at my show, and I feel like she was just being friendly. And, bringing up another side thought, but she was being friendly and just looking to meet somebody from America. She's like, oh, I want to go to America. And I'm like, where? Like, I'm like, you got a reason. I was getting my flirt on. She was gorgeous. Don't get me wrong. Definitely. They are kind. They are polite, but that doesn't mean they like you. So a cultural thing out here is tatame. Tatime. I think it's tatame. Tatame or hone. Tatame is their polite face, where they'll be like, "Oh, you're so dope and you're so handsome," or whatever. They'll be like very kind, but they don't mean none of that shit. And to me, I'm not a fan of that tatame shit. Like, hone is your real feelings, and it's like apparently rude to kind of speak your real feelings out here. That would drive me crazy. I already, even in America, I deal with enough issues from being so blunt and honest or whatever and brutal about my feelings and just, maybe I need something I need to work on. I'm aware. Just my delivery and not being so direct all the time. If I want to get my point across. But yeah, Tata man. It not a fan because my empathy, I like uh real feelings. So you might not get that all the time up front. So you can't ever really tell if people are just being polite or if they really like you or not. So that got on my nerves a bit here and there. Not got on my nerves. I can't even say to that extent, but just makes you wonder, makes you feel a bit more lonely. Uh, Dating wise, I don't think I'm for Asian women. I like to go where I'm loved. Hip hop wise, I'm very loved out here. Dating wise, we'll see. I got 2 more nights out here. We'll see what the vibes are. But black women love me again, and I love black women. So that's what I'm gonna say about that. Gas, yeah. People to me kind of gassed it up a little too much for me. This is obviously not my first uh, trip to a foreign country. Could I live here? Yeah, for sure. And it's dope because also too it's like having expats or black foreigners in the music scene out here doing their thing. That makes it easier for me to see like, man, yeah, if I could just make a decent money. They have a lot of cheap living options out west or anywhere outside of the main city area. Whole lot of cheap options. You'd just be traveling, commuting far, and people be living out here off of their crafts when you got cheap bills like that. So I'm like, man, that's that sounds like a dream. Uh, so if I could live like that, too cool. But corporate wise, fuck no, I couldn't. Like, that's a whole nother subject. But basically, long story short, corporate in Tokyo, like, they treat you like a slave. You work very hard, little pay, and not much respect, I'm hearing, apparently. It's interesting also with Asian people growing up thinking that everybody does martial arts and there's just gonna be martial arts. They don't give a fuck about that. I feel like the discipline and the way of thinking is just naturally in them. But it's kind of interesting to me. Like, I didn't see that one karate school. Ain't no karate schools out here. Ain't no, like, you know what I mean? They sell it in America. But out here, it's like, it's kind of hidden. Like, I was showing people my videos, training and stuff. They're like, wow, you love our culture. And like, yeah, all my life. But they don't be, growing up as a black man in America, you be thinking like, all Asians know martial arts and like that's their gym class. Like instead of playing basketball, they're doing katas, but not the case. Not the case. Uh, it's very regular out here. It's not like something everybody does. So, but anyways, yeah, I definitely like again had some lonely moments, had some very high moments, had some very dope supportive moments. Could I see myself living here? Yes, but I'm not like rushing. If anything, I might be saving my PTO. Who knows? Maybe I'll just be back here in the summertime of 2026. Maybe I need to just save my bread and come back and really like shit. See if I'm gonna use more time. Maybe booking around a holiday. But now that I've done it, I have to do this 14-hour flight again. But a lot of love, a lot of support. Really appreciate everyone that has been supporting me out here. Man, every person that bought my merch, I really appreciate that. And And I know y'all appreciate me being in your country, bringing my stuff, my craft out here. I was signing autographs. It was really cool. But really appreciate everyone showing me love in this country, and I truly respect your culture and honor it, and wouldn't want to change anything. It's more or less coming out here and falling in line and seeing how you can contribute. I think that's crucial, and not coming out here with your American ways. And I truly do. So, again, a dope trip for sure. I am a little homesick, It's uncomfortable not being in your comfort zone, but I'm gonna enjoy these last 2 days, get back to it, get back to the routine. Thankful to have Martin Luther King Day off to recover even more. But and I hope to be back for sure. I have to come back. I have to assess what my future is. God willing, I'll make it there. Um, Peace, y'all. About to get this day started, and peace to Japan.